Now I got $1 for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. If it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Yeah, show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. First it was the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8-day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got $1 for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey on me told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying Carhartt, car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'm in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we then could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
And then like
even when it's clear outside, you can kind of smell it. If you got the windows open, you can kind of smell it.
Yeah.
Then you go outside, take a look, and then down further, you see the clouds just starting to come.
And
you know when it's coming.
He's talking about those famous pony salt storms that have been going on lately. What is going on, people?
Oh, man.
We are live. Next podcast, and man, yeah, dude, I swear,
nice introduction,
dude. The Sony extremists on Twitter have been like going, they've been self-destructing, man. It's been hilarious, dude. Like, if Twitter had white walls, they'd be covered in red from explosions right now, man. I swear. But yeah, what is going on?
Has
chat?
White walls.
What is going on, chat? What is up, panel? It's good to see everybody, guys. You know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button. Share the show out. Let people know that we are going in tonight. We're going to be talking about new PlayStation handheld and supposed rumors when it comes to that. How PlayStation is helping Xbox in a category basically get better numbers than themselves. So basically, PlayStation helping Xbox beat PlayStation. And a couple other things. We got stuff to talk about, people. We do have to get into the intros, though. So I am going to start. I'm going to start with the OG, the guy that you can thank. You can go up to him, shake his hand, thank him for the wood paneling around the Atari. That's right. It was his idea. It is Sir X-Man. What is up, bro?
You know, it wasn't real wood paneling. It was like that plastic stuff that you put, that stuff that you put on wallpapers back in the old days. That's what it really was. That's what it really was. Now, hello, everybody. Just hanging out with my friends. We're going to talk some gaming and get a little Jim Ryan slander out.
Oh,
That's
no.
about it.
Oh, no. Hasn't he got enough? Hasn't he got enough already? Or,
oh, no. He needs to get hit a little deeper.
He needs
today.
more. Oh, no.
She needs more.
All right, brother. All right, well, let's see. Next on the list, we will go over to the West Coast. This man has been streaming Up a Storm on YouTube, and he is here. And I'm curious. I'm curious as to what he's going to say about tonight's topics. Of course, it is the Angry Otter. Dark Optimus, what is up, bro?
What's up, man? Happy to be here, man. Didn't have a stream yesterday. Got busy with work and stuff like that, so had to cancel the stream. But we'll be back on Saturday.
Did you work? You got a job?
Dude, I've been working this whole time. Like everybody just thinks that I don't work. It's funny. It's great. I love it.
Nice, brother. Let's see. Next on the list, this man is the reason why Dark has to work overtime, because Dark funds this man's income. Of course, we are talking about the OnlyFans king, which is Predator. Predator, what is up, bro? Really? You don't say?
I think he went to get something.
He's on the phone, remember?
Oh yeah, he's on the phone.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Well, Pred's on the phone. You missed out on his intro. I apologize. Let's see. Next on the list, coming live from the 405, and he's just trying to talk to the intelligent gamers out there. The man who has been here with me from the beginning is K Mega. K Mega, what is up, bro?
What's happening, man? My gameplay just makes next podcast better. I'm noticing that right now as you see in this crackdown. We don't know if he put a cutoff line on it or whatever. We'll see, because he gets goofy like that. Sometimes he'll cut off if some really, really hot content's on there, and then he'll put his stuff on there to make it seem like
are we really gonna do that? Are we really gonna do that?
No wonder the gameplay looks better on GRG.
All right. Hold on. Check this out. Check this out. He gave me an hour. He gave me an hour of gameplay. I took a half hour of that for tonight's show, and then next week's show, the other half hour is going to be in there.
Why are you making excuses, Bot?
I'm just letting people know. I'm being transparent,
you don't have an hour
brother.
of gameplay. Do you got an hour of gameplay? That's to be. It's saying
the other half hour.
Gameplay.
The other half hour is my gameplay tonight. So
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm doing. You put my other half there, and then you put your other half in there. That's what I'm gonna do. That's how partners are supposed to work.
That's what I'm doing, bro. That's what I'm doing. 50-50, right down the line. When it comes to gameplay, though. When it comes to gameplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you heard, he has gameplay. Everything else is 100% ladies and gentlemen.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Please put hashtag fun K Mega. You know what I'm saying? Just please.
Oh
fun
shit!
K Mega.
Please don't start that
Give me my
movement.
$25 in nickels and dimes, man, please. All right, man.
Don't
Good
start
to
that
hear,
movement.
man.
I can't take that.
You want trash bags or do you want Ziploc bags?
I'll go with Ziploc, man. Ziploc.
Okay.
Ziploc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice, man. And hold on. Did we get Predator back yet? Or
Yeah, I'm back.
all right, Pred, you want to say hi real quick before we? I got to go through our sponsor and then we get into the topics.
Hi. Let's go.
All right, beautiful. And
Hi. Damn.
guys,
Hi.
Hi.
I will be giving you guys the advertisement for tonight's sponsor. Enjoy.
Mall Monkeys Micro Mills Plaza, the ultimate Earth life simulator. Create tiny human life forms by just adding sub-zero radioactive water to a micro life powder packet and see your mall's inhabitants grow in just minutes. Watch them stroll, shop, and live as they autonomously move throughout their very own shopping complex, completely unaware of your presence. Engage in fascinating examination of standard Earth activity or declare a Black Friday and send your shoppers into a violent bargain hunting frenzy where only the strong survive. Mini Mall Monkeys Micro Mills Plaza comes with environmentally stabilized shopping mall biochamber, 3 packets of powdered micro monkeys, and stirring stick from Lil Labs.
Shout out to Little Labs and the Mini Mall Monkeys. Guys, pick them up today. That is our sponsor. Guys, let's get into the topics. Let's start with monthly active users, guys, because something really interesting came out. And of course, like I said, Twitter has been absolutely on fire lately.
Find the ball.
Oh no, somebody's listening to it, right? I'm bringing it up right now. Guys, all right, guys, check this out. We're talking monthly active users, and we know that's something that Xbox has really been focusing on starting, from last generation. When they decided that they were going to move forward, that they were going to, start kind of building for the future, kind of in the middle of the Xbox One generation, they switched over to monthly active users. And you can see gradually over time, over the years, how the industry has also really kind of started swinging over to that demographic as a key demographic when it comes to the industry of video games. Now, when it comes to monthly active users, the surprising thing is that Microsoft is ahead of Sony Xbox is ahead of PlayStation in monthly active users, and the irony is that the main reason why is that there are PlayStation people that are monthly active users on Xbox. And when I look at this, the main thing I think of is Minecraft. Anytime you sign into Minecraft or whatnot, you are an Xbox monthly active user. And I got to say, like, looking at this, when you think about the transaction years ago, when Microsoft picked up Mojang, and you can kind of see the genius in the purchases going from there moving forward into what they're forming their whole gaming platform to be. But I gotta bring this. I'm gonna bring this to K Mega first, man. Of course, I gotta bring it to Mega on this. Mega, dude, PlayStation people, PlayStation gamers, especially people on Minecraft. That's the first game I think of. Are literally helping Xbox have greater numbers when it comes to monthly active users, dude. Is this just kind of like I don't what is it? You get what you get what you get what you put out or something like that. I can't. I'm losing the word for it right now.
You mean you reap what you sow?
You reap, yeah. You reap what you sow. That is okay. Let's go biblical, man. You reap what you sow. Is that a little bit of what's going on here? And dude, were you surprised by this news when it came out today?
Not really, because the one thing that I think that even the PlayStation stands know themselves is that when it comes to online game engagement, there's only a few games that PlayStation has an upper edge in, and most likely, and most of them are not first-party PlayStation games; they're third-party, right? And one of the biggest, if not the biggest, is right now is Call of Duty for PlayStation, right? So. And look, I've been back on my COD kick here for the last week because I want to finish up season 2. So I've been playing it on the PC, and it's more like, and of course I'm all about playing. I've never turned off the, playing against PC players or anything like that. I hope all games, online games has that type of, co-play where you can play against everybody from each platform. But anyway, no, it's not surprising because Xbox has always been known as an online type of, open game system, that's the kicks. I mean, even when they were calling it the bro shooter at the time and all that. So when you have these type of games that are online eccentric, that's more an Xbox wheelhouse compared to into PlayStation's wheelhouse. I know that, like I said, somebody will debate that, but the numbers don't lie. And a lot of things too that a lot of people don't put in account when they talk about the numbers and things like that is that there's a lot of Xbox gamers that do buy PlayStation. So if they got friends on PlayStation that they would like to, like they would play games with or whatever, or, because they will not buy an Xbox or whatever the case may be, or they just want to buy a PlayStation just because they like to have multiple consoles in-house. It's also, that engagement is that, like, if they can find if they got perks, if they kids play, Minecraft or whatever else that there is that's under an Xbox account or something like that, then yeah, I mean that just goes into everything that's right there. I don't want to get into the weeds too deep about this because it is to me it's not a nitpick, but it is. One of those things that Xbox gamers can brag about in the gaming politics war. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's still one of those things to where these people are playing on PlayStation. And so those numbers, those engaging numbers seems to still flow. PlayStation can use them to counteract to saying like, well, yeah, they're playing on PlayStation though. It may be under Xbox, they may own it, but it is what it is. The biggest caveat behind all of this though is that once the ABK deal is over and Xbox is getting that revenue because of COD, and we know that COD is probably the most successful online game on PlayStation. that's going to be more bragging rights for Xbox, fans out there to use to say, look, man, look, y'all over here helping pay for Microsoft's thing. Like you said, the strategy for what Microsoft does is
more
really
bragging
smart.
rights. I'm just looking at more money for more games, man. Like,
well,
like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like the engage. I mean, overall, like in the sense, I mean, it that's what it is. Because when I seen people talking about it today, it was a lot of bragging right. Like, oh, look at this, you guys, and that's what I'm saying. Like for the gaming politics.
How is there bragging rights toward like on Xbox's side, right? It's got to be Xbox guys like dogging out. PlayStation
No. That's what I'm
okay.
saying. Like,
Right.
I'm not talking about PlayStation guys. I'm saying.
I was gonna say there's no way they can say anything.
No,
right
their thing is that like they're because I've seen PlayStation people's like, oh, look at this, now they're trying to fudge numbers and things like that. They're not fudging any numbers. It's just the reality of it. But that's why when I've said this before on the show, and I said this on my video yesterday, is that look, I disagree with Crispy was saying about that Xbox is going to go full third party. No. But I do agree with them that they're going to find a different lane that nobody else in the big three is taking. It's because they can play as a third-party publisher and also as a console maker as well by still holding on to exclusives. Because they're not going to throw all their games on everything because the competition will not allow it. That would be the end of gaming for competition as we know it.
Well, Mega, think about the situation
they know that too.
Real quick, just think about the situation that Xbox is in right now. First off, you have exclusive games. You're promoting your platform, your service, stuff like that. But not only that, you are going to have games on other platforms that you are collecting revenue on as well. But then not only that, because you have games that are multi-platform, you have developers that are getting hands-on time with pretty much your opponent's hardware and how things are working in there and stuff like that. Dude, dude, they're in a golden position right now.
Oh, yeah, the winning strategy for what Microsoft is doing is what I've said years ago when they started because I think when they got Havoc and all that stuff, that was before they bought all those studios in 2018. But like I said here, was that they're cornering the competition. Yeah. Slowly but surely. While they're still sitting here playing Kumbaya, and I know a lot of people is upset about that, they're killing the competition softly. They're squeezing them from all different sides to the point to where they have to submit, or as I say, what have I been saying here lately, is succumb to the throat needle. They're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. It's that like they have been on this move and on this pathway for a very long time. Like once Phil got in there, they had a strategy, they had a plan, but it's just like I've been saying, it's going to take a while before it all comes to. And now since we're starting to see it happen more and more and more, it's still a slow drip. But then at one particular point, it's going to look, and you're going to look and say, oh, shit, that shit's way down there, man. That water ain't going to get to me yet. I got time. The next thing you look, oh, what? It's right at your ankles. You see what I'm saying? Because you haven't been paying attention to it. And now you're going to start panicking because, as we see now, I'm pretty sure we'll talk about this a little bit later, but as you can see is that, they're screaming bloody murder like, oh my God! Like Microsoft, they're gonna shut us down. So because they're doing it a different way. Their strategy is just so it's so methodical and it's tactful. It's really a thing to see. By still being kumbaya-ish. That's over here like, so they just squeezing them tighter and tighter while they just getting ready to engulf.
You just sounded like the snake from Jungle Book, man. You just really did with
that's how I was trying to.
I even pictured the eyeballs and everything. Like, that was creepy, man. That's creepy.
Yeah.
Yo, Mega, I got one quick question for you before I move on to the next person. Now,
yes, sir.
According to the information here, they're saying 35% of Xbox's monthly active users are on PlayStation. So basically, 35% of their entire active users for a month is let's be honest, basically playing Minecraft on PlayStation. Does it concern you that such a big chunk of the user base is basically, people on that's not on the Xbox platform, but playing the Xbox game. It seems like a pretty large number to me, man.
Well, I mean, PlayStation normally has more consoles than Xbox.
That is true. That is true.
And then also, like, what is those numbers for gamers that have that use the Xbox account that plays games on PC? Things like that. Like, I mean, like, if it's only just the consoles, I mean, it's always going to look unfair to Xbox because there's more PlayStations out in the wild. I mean, it is going to continue to be that way because PlayStation has, there are more regions, and they're just one of those companies that's just kind of solidified and has a strong base, that has a strong base that's like Nintendo is just known. Like when people talk about Nintendo, they talk about PlayStation. When they talk about Xbox, they say Halo or they say Gears or they say Forza. They don't say Xbox like they do PlayStation and Nintendo. That's where Xbox has got to make the next step. And maybe Xbox is maybe come to a realization that we can't do it that old way. We have to find another way. And this way is we circle the wagons until we get exactly what we want at the end. And I think that's the strategy. And I think really for them, that's the perfect approach because they have the money and the resources to outlast anyone as long as they're serious about doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Let's get let's see here. Let's get Sir X-Man in on this one. Now, Sir X-Man, monthly active users, people who are participating on the Xbox platform, whether it's PC, Xbox, and now, Minecraft on PlayStation. We're actually talking PlayStation, and now, dude, you got PlayStation stands that are helping Xbox have a higher number than PlayStation. Sir X-Man, what do you guys say about that, man?
We've always had more active users than PlayStation because we play games.
When God of War, hold on,
superior.
Hold on. When God of War Ragnarok came out, PlayStation did actually take over for a little bit, at least for a month with monthly active users. But then it went back.
Yeah, but active users really, really, really come to fold with online playing games. That's where your real active users really come from.
Do you need to be on? You don't need to be online for God of War, right?
No, you don't have to be, but
okay. Nah,
if you got PlayStation, live stuff, it does show as you being in the ecosystem.
Yeah, I was about to say you might have to be for cloud saves. I think you have to be online.
Yeah, for cloud save, you have to be online. To download the game, you have to be online. You can't just put a disc in anymore.
No,
you have to download it from somewhere. So I mean, Minecraft is on phones. Just regular Minecraft is on phones that can be played with people on PC, people on PlayStation, people on Switch, and people on Xbox.
Dude, Minecraft is in school.
That's 5 formats that Minecraft has. And if you're using Microsoft servers, it's going to show as an active user.
Slick.
So PlayStation has 35%, but phones, Switch, and PC and Xbox, you got to count that as pretty much close to 100% of active users that have the game. So that makes a big difference in that equation. But they're not counting that. They're just only counting the console war people. But you're not counting the other people. And Microsoft has always been slow and methodical, and they have always been a patient company. They've always said, we want 1 billion gamers worldwide.
3 billion.
That's why they're taking their time. You can't get a billion players instantly. That takes time. So, if you go by active users buy content. Active users, buy digital stuff to go with their game. They buy, different things. That's a constant revenue stream. So the more active users you have, the more money you make. That's why their coffers for the gaming division is so high. They spent, just real quick, they spent about $70 billion for Activision, and still had $90 billion left. That didn't come from Microsoft. That came from their game division. Satya still had to approve it.
I'm not sure
Satya
about that.
still had to approve it because he's the overall godfather of the whole company, all divisions. But that came from just their game division. That didn't come from Microsoft.
I think
That
that's
was
their
money
allowance.
that they had just sitting there.
I think that's their allowance from Daddy Microsoft, man. I really.
Dude,
No,
they have.
they've
They
had
have.
Oh, Crispy's here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
he's
been
been
here
here.
for a while. They had before this potential merger over $150 billion in hard money. It was not invested. It was just into, everything. And you also have to realize like they took some of that money out for Bethesda and all these other things. And a lot of people are ignoring the fact that ZeniMax Online has just added another studio. A lot of people. No, let's
hungry,
just not
yeah.
even see that. Let's just not even see that.
Well,
like,
they just picked up that studio, and is it a specialized studio? I think they're using it.
Nemesis Gate. It's not Nemesis Engine. Like I've already done it, but it's a gaming studio that like has a mobile / online only aspect. From what I've read, so it's something that ZeniMax Online wants, and it's based in Hungary, and it's just like, oh, let's just forget that, they can use, because, like even Bethesda was technically like, there's merger talk and this and that. Nobody ever, everybody said that Microsoft acquired them, but what if they, in legal speak, technically merged, and then ZeniMax / Bethesda can go and purchase things on their own, because all of the CEOs and everything else are all still in place at Bethesda. You know what I'm saying? So there's probably something legal there is the reason why they were able to do it, but also you feel like they already know that this deal with ABK is done. And they're saying, okay, we're going to throw this out there, but we're just going to put it under ZeniMax, which is under Microsoft. We didn't say Microsoft, and we all saw ZeniMax. Everybody overlooked that.
How you
mean,
really Debo Sir X-Man's time like that?
I know, right? Like, damn.
Everybody say hi to
bro.
Crispy Bond, people.
Jesus Christ.
I didn't hear Sir X.
Yeah, everybody.
Like, bro, Sir X, man, you got to tell him to shut the hell up, bro.
Everybody hide your chains. Hide your chains, man.
Am I wrong though?
Dang.
That's that. See.
Yeah, you're
y'all-
wrong for taking
okay.
because you don't want nobody to interrupt your ass when you talking.
Well,
Damn.
Sir, hey, I don't interrupt most people, so get the fuck out of here.
What?
dude.
What?
I've been told shut the fuck up more
He
than anybody else.
He just snags the
And
mic
I've
and won't
also
give it
You
back.
got to learn, man.
I've
You gotta
also
come on,
been
man.
the one
Crispy's
talking the
Crispy's
whole
savage as
fucking
hell
time.
out here, bro.
It's funny.
Come
I
on,
didn't even
man.
interrupt K Mega when he was talking, and I know he was waiting for me to interrupt him on something.
God dang. Oh my God.
And on that note, everybody,
No,
hit that
almost-
thumbs up button. Okay, go ahead.
I was almost at the end of my point. I'm just saying, Microsoft has always had more active users than PlayStation. They always have, because I'm sorry to say, I'm not trying to knock, but for our games, our games that are single player and multiplayer, we have always had more, and the regular 3, including with the third, what do you call them? Oh my God, the third party games. They still are included in that aspect of the situation. We've always had more active users than they've had. They might on PlayStation. They might have more consoles sold, but we've always had more active users all the way around.
Okay,
It's always been that way.
Yeah, definitely, man. And I think it's funny that, if you get into talks on Twitter or something like that, you just be like, oh yeah, by the way, thank you for, contributing to the Xbox platform and making sure that we get more games and stuff like that to play. And Crispy said with the ABK deal, it's just going to get that much crazier. When you think about one of the most popular multiplayer games that are now going to be affiliated with Xbox, and you talk about active users at that point in time, man, and then all the other games from all the other studios, that's insane, yo. I don't
Believe it
know.
or not, Minecraft will always still be the most active user game.
I would think so, man.
It
It's
will
everywhere.
always beat everything that's out there.
Yeah,
It's just a hit, and no one pays attention to it because it just does what it does.
It's had more sustainability than World of Warcraft, so yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it
I
has,
would
it has
like to
more
see-
sustainability.
I would like to see what the numbers are between Roblox and Minecraft. Because Roblox is
Roblox. Hold on, guys,
They're
real
not
quick.
that far off.
Roblox.
Okay, that's what I was
Roblox is
wondering.
a very different game, bro. A very different game.
no,
Yeah, but
Basically,
they're not that
I'm
far
just talking
off.
about engagement.
Engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking
yeah,
engagement.
but
I'm talking about,
well, when you have Roblox is basically a hub that for like thousands of different games. Like, so I can't even say it's similar in terms of engagement because of how
That's-
different they
My
are.
adult- my
Do you see
adult
what
kids
Epic's
still
doing?
play Roblox,
That's what they're
dude.
trying to
They
do.
still
Trust
play
me.
Roblox.
Yep.
They still
Yeah,
play
Crispy's
Roblox,
right.
and they still play Minecraft. My kids that are pretty much adults now still play those games.
See,
My oldest son is like 22 now, and he still streams Minecraft on Twitch. And he's still popping. I'm like, Jesus Christ, will Minecraft ever die?
What is he playing on, though?
Oh, he's playing
PC.
on Twitch.
Probably
No.
PC.
He's playing on-
Xbox. Oh, okay.
Oh, Xbox. All right. Well, let's get
It's all my kids home.
let's get Dark Optimus in on this one, man. Dark, dude, your pony brethren out there are helping Xbox beat PlayStation. How do you feel about that, bro?
I'd care less.
I couldn't give two
Yeah, I could
shits,
care
to
less.
be honest. I mean, that's the truth. I couldn't care less. I mean, you guys know me. Like it's not to me that I think it's funny when people say here on Twitter and all these other social media sites where they just kind of tout numbers and things like that. I don't care about that stuff. Like I've always said, and I'll always say it, I care about the games. Whatever is coming down the pipeline that I want to play, I'm gonna play it. But I get it. I get that it makes sense because PlayStation has more of a consoles out there. I guess supposedly they have more consoles out there. I don't know if that's true or not.
If you think about the PS4 and how much that sold,
yeah.
you got to put those people in there.
Yeah,
as
you
well.
got to put those
Yeah.
numbers in there too.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, they're still making PS4 games, and it's just I think engagement. It's just okay. Like I don't know what you want me to say about it because it's just okay. Like that's cool. Whatever.
Dude,
do
leave
you
it
want
up
me
to Xbox. If it wasn't for Xbox being in the video game space, we wouldn't be talking about anything like this, dude. This is insane. How a rival
is it really
platform?
I mean, is it really an insane thing? It's fucking user engagement. Like that's it. That's all it is. Who gives a crap? Like honestly,
Can you give me a similar story, a similar topic out there?
I mean, I can't, but I mean, why? What does it matter? I mean, that's the thing. It doesn't matter, dude. Like, it's the same thing if PlayStation did the same thing. I wouldn't care. I don't care about that stuff, Like, I care about what's coming down the pipeline for games. And let's face it, we haven't heard anything from PlayStation in a long fucking time, and I'm really, really aggravated about that.
Don't worry,
Spider-Man.
don't worry. You got Spider-Man 2 coming, bro. It's okay.
Well, that's
Maybe.
the rumor. Yeah, exactly. Maybe,
Oh yeah, and
And-
another and another game that Square can be disappointed about.
Well, that's another story. But is it?
on this same subject, if it's okay, guys, just real quick.
Yeah,
Doc,
go on.
When the PS5 came out, they didn't really have the backwards compatibility.
Right.
when it
Well,
first
they
launched,
had it.
was
They had it for the
Minecraft-
PS4, but that's about it.
Right, and
Yeah.
limited. But was Minecraft available day one on PS5?
It wasn't. It was available through PS4. Yes, it was available. You could do it backwards compatibility with PS4 version of
So
PS4.
Sony made sure that they're big.
But I don't think they
get a
get-
percentage of all DLC.
But I don't think they get all the. I don't think they get all the updates that Xbox has been doing to Minecraft. I'm not sure
if there
about
was
that.
a
Don't
next
quote me
gen,
on that. Don't quote me on that because I'm not sure.
If there was a
we
next gen
understand where you're coming
update for
from.
Minecraft, if there was a next gen update for Minecraft, and
Yeah.
if PlayStation didn't agree that everybody can get it for free, then PlayStation wouldn't be getting the same updates. But if they had no problem with it, because you know the way Microsoft is with their games and
Yeah,
game preservation and everything, they'll just
Yeah.
update the game. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah, I
And-
heard they upgraded it. I just didn't know if it
'Cause
was
I know that-
available
that
day
I'm-
one.
Because I know on Xbox you guys have 4K textures and stuff like that. I don't know about Minecraft on PlayStation because I don't play that game. But my nephew does play it, but he plays it on Xbox. So it's like yeah. Well, I was the one that gave him the Xbox. So
I remember.
so it's not even who's to blame here? Me, probably.
Ooh.
But I think at the end of the day, man, it is what it is. I mean, there's always going to be more user engagement through Xbox because Xbox owns like almost every freaking thing out there. Like not saying that they're making a monopoly or anything because
They don't
they're
own
not
Tesla
at all. No, hold on. They're not making a monopoly or anything, but they own a lot of things that entail with gaming, right? They own Havoc. They own other engines that are out there. They own that stuff. So of course there's going to be more of a user engagement with Xbox than there will be with PlayStation because
okay, I gotta correct you there because a physics engine, when it comes to like Havoc, like the earlier things that they bought that people were kind of like scratching their head, and then I know me, K Mega, and a bunch of other people were like, well, listen, they're creating revenue streams on multiple fronts. Anybody who uses their physics engine, but it's not.
That's because they know that they're not gonna. They know
it's
that
not
PlayStation
Xbox platform
is not
though.
Sell to them. That's why.
Like just because they're
That's why
using
they did
that engine that's not Xbox platform though. Just to let you know.
Some Sony games with
Because
the Havoc engine and
it's
if
an
they
engine
own
to
it-
develop. It's nothing.
Technically, if they own it, yes, it is theirs.
But it doesn't
So-
count for monthly active users if
Yeah,
somebody's playing a
I-
game that's
I
running with Havoc.
I understand that, but I mean,
Okay.
I'm saying like they own so many things, so it makes sense as to why they would have
Dude,
so many more
This
user
is genius, man. Like
and
this,
so much more stuff.
the stuff that you.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not genius. I'm just saying that.
No, but I'm
there's,
saying like the stuff that you brought up, like Havoc. I think maybe Physics as well. There was a couple
Yeah,
of
they
those.
don't. No.
And that was to start to get a steady stream of revenue from companies using those engines to develop their games.
absolutely.
Man. And that was
Absolutely.
that was pretty much the start of all this.
Yeah, and it was a smart business deal for them to do that. Of course,
It's insane to see how they work
kind
this.
of,
It's
at the
incredible.
end of the old,
It clearly made sense because of the fact that at the time where Xbox was and kind of the hurdles that they had to get over, it made sense for them to kind of go in and pick up these certain things so then they could start generating some sort of revenue.
Yeah.
More revenue. I mean, it's not like they weren't generating any revenue
Definitely
at all.
look better for
They
the
just wanted to
shareholders.
make
They want to look
more.
better for the shareholders. Man.
Right, exactly. So
Nice.
it's just
Nice. No, that was like it's very interesting. Like because now that we're looking at it, we can take a look back and see when people were making fun of certain deals and stuff like that. What's that got to do? And you can see how Xbox and Microsoft have worked, within these few years to get to where they are right now. And to me, it's really interesting the routes that they took to create revenue, and now seeing that MAUs are now a bigger thing in the gaming industry. they literally have something on a rival platform that is helping them with a key number in the industry as well. That's insane.
Not only one rival
That's
platform,
insane.
but two rival platforms.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's on Nintendo too?
Yeah.
I don't know what MAUs is, guys. What's MAUs?
Monthly active users.
Yeah.
MAU.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. But to me, that's like the most incredible thing. Like, I don't know. I'm stepping back. I'm like, damn, man. Now you see how Microsoft got to where they are as a corporation. But speaking of corporation, let's get the businessman himself, Predator, in on this. Pred, dude, this news is funny as hell to me, man. What are your thoughts here about the active users and PlayStation gamers literally helping to make that number bigger?
I really didn't pay attention to that. It's just common sense. I think Kid Mega alluded to it too. Like, they got more consoles out there, so of course they're gonna, help, with the process. But I think, I guess, I didn't know that they were reporting Sony's players as active users. You know what I'm saying? I never thought of it that way. I thought it was anything within the Xbox ecosystem was being counted. So it's kind of funny, but I mean, it's not. It makes complete sense that they're actually counting Sony players now. Now they hear it. It's like, fuck. It's like because all the stuff they were arguing about. Remember back when Microsoft was not giving out sales figures for their console? I think it was during the last generation. They kind of stopped doing that and they said, we're just going to go with monthly active users. And everybody's like, oh, they're scared. They're scared to see how many consoles they didn't sell. Because Sony's kicking their ass. And then what did Sony do? They started doing the same fucking thing, right? Cause I can't remember the last time. It's been a while. I haven't really paid attention to it, but do they still announce console sales anymore?
No, they don't. They stopped a couple of years ago.
Yeah. They do have monthly active users as well. So just follow suit with Microsoft.
They stopped and they never even announced it.
Right.
So I mean, it's just it's ironic now that and like I think one of y'all were saying this earlier too. Like, wait until some of these other games start rolling in.
Hold on.
Call of Duty.
Hold on. Yo, Roblox is not on PlayStation or Switch. That can't be true.
No, it's exclusive.
Really?
Yeah, it's exclusive to Xbox.
Holy shit!
Yeah, exclusive to Xbox. Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that.
Yeah, I don't even think Roblox is on PC, is it?
No, it's on. It's definitely on PC. It's on PC.
I'm pretty sure it's on
might
PC.
be.
It's on
It
PC.
has
I'm
to be.
100% sure it's on PC.
It has to be on PC, but yeah, no, it's not on any other console.
Damn.
That's what I was wondering. I thought that, but I didn't want to say that.
Well, that's why I was asking the question because that game is exclusive, and that game engagement is not
insane.
I don't think was even
Unreal.
as close to Minecraft. Yeah, that's
Dude,
what I was.
that
iOS,
just-
Microsoft Windows, Xbox Series S and X, Fire
Yo,
OS, and Mac.
Pred. To me, that
But
just
no
made
No PlayStation.
that just made a PlayStation more attractive to me, man. Because like any place where Roblox doesn't exist, like I'm gonna take a look at that area, man. I swear. Dude, I can't stand that game, man. But yeah, my bad. Go ahead.
Why?
I couldn't believe it. I saw it in the chat.
What's your reasoning behind
it's very stereotypical.
Thanks, Yobi.
It's very like I picture a bunch of like greasy haired greasy haired glasses wearing like 45-year-olds that are making these games to take complete advantage of kids and to be able to make money.
You've
that's
watched
why
too
I
much
hate it.
South Park, sir.
That's why I hate
advantage
it.
of kids. What are you talking about?
Because no, they have Robux on there, and you can create games that use Robux, and you get paid as the developer of that game.
I mean, he's not wrong on that. Yeah.
And
He's not wrong on that, but it's
you.
not to the extent of what.
I mean,
it's not to the extent of what Fortnite does or what
No,
Call of
Fortnite's the
Duty
worst.
does with their
Fortnite's the
with their
worst.
battle pass or things like
Yeah.
that. So
I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
it's pretty
it
bad,
could be
but-
it could just be a me thing. I'm not saying that like I expect
No, I get
anybody
it.
else to see.
I get it.
It's just me.
I just wanted to know your reasoning.
I do watch too much South Park because that PC elitist picture is the guy I picture that's making these games for the kids. And it's
Oh, that damn video
I was
of World of Warcraft. I remember that one.
so. But yeah, no.
Hey, Fred, ain't it your turn?
It was. It's okay. I was
Yep. Damn. The host got him.
Yeah, I did. I pulled the host.
I mean,
but,
that's
dude,
bought
I saw
every
something in the
Thursday,
chat.
so-
I couldn't believe. I saw. Yo, hold on. Let me give a shout out to the chat here. Who that was, man? Hold on.
Oh Lord.
Yo, shout out to Froggy White, man, because, like, dude, you blew my mind. I had no idea. Anything else you want to add, Pred, before we...
No, you
okay.
just cut me off enough. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I know. I do that from time to time, but I do it to everybody. I'm an equal opportunity
Well,
guy.
I see he forgets about you sometimes, and then he cuts you off when it's your turn. That's
I swear.
All right, Crispy.
Predator and Ham Solo should make a damn podcast. 'Cause they get cut off more than anybody I know. Jesus
Dude,
I think
Christ.
Sir X-Man is
I would
the
tune in
culprit,
for that
though,
show. I
of
would
most of it.
actually...
That's why I go. That's
You
why
know,
I talk
I've
so
been
fast to
getting-
get my topic out of the way.
right?
Yeah.
I would actually
been
watch
better.
that show.
What the fuck is the
Man.
topic?
We were talking about monthly active users. Now, Crispy, you should know the topic because you chimed in a little while ago. Same topic, man. But do you have anything? Anything else to add?
No, that was
He's
like
right,
15
Crispy.
minutes.
He's right.
I'm right, but I mean, it went to left field.
Do you
so
have anything-
which
do
people
you have
talk
anything
trash
else to
about me
add,
about
bro?
it? So
Whoa.
left field. Bringing in what
Yeah.
Crispy said.
Hey,
That's
Crispy,
okay,
you
Mega.
look good on camera, buddy. I saw that yesterday.
No,
Just so you know, Crispy and
it's
Mike
gonna be
were
better
violent
real
for you.
soon, bro. Real soon.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, that
I'm a toes, so I
Oh,
don't
you
know.
saw him yesterday on
No, I didn't see him. I'm just giving him a hard time. And I just wanted to cut him
he's
off.
always got to
'cause-
give me a hard time.
He looks like
he's
he
got
had
to do it.
totally
I gotta
high
do it. I
on
gotta do it.
I want to say he looks totally
always
different
has
than I
to.
thought he was gonna look.
Whoa.
Totally different.
All right,
Well,
I'll stop.
well,
Okay.
well, I'm only 35, bro.
All right, yo, Sir X-Man, can you please stop dry humping Crispy Bomb and let Crispy Bomb
man.
add in any
Yeah,
final thoughts on that
Me
topic
and
real quick?
Crispy have a friendship you will never understand.
No, it's okay. Like, I don't judge, man. I just, I don't need your bromance going all crazy on my show here. Okay? So,
It's okay. We've never met, just like we haven't met, bro.
dude, you just gotta come south, brother. That's all. You just gotta come
Ain't
south.
Oh yeah, you guys just
Hour
gotta come.
away.
You just gotta come halfway through the state.
And-
You don't
and
even
Bob-
go all the way north.
You should know by now. Bot wants the red carpet treatment. Okay, he wants the
Bot.
red velvet robes. He wants all of it.
I posted some ribeyes, man. Like, dude, you don't think I cook a ribeye for yourself? Yo, come on,
You
man.
drive an '87 Civic. Your gas will be.
Sir, it's a nine.
God damn.
Yo, I can't
05
tell this man
Jeep
anything.
So I know old school, bro.
I cannot tell Sir X-Man anything. He mixes up the weirdest part. It's a 97 Honda Civic, bro, not an 87, okay?
That's
Okay,
so
I was
old,
10
though.
years off.
It's
I'm
got
sorry.
better gas mileage than my
Your
05 Jeep
vehicle,
Grand
yeah.
Cherokee.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bro.
Definitely.
I had a Mazda. I called it the Chariot. I had a 89 Mazda. Now it did look like when my fat ass was getting out of it, the car was giving birth because it was so little. But I tell
those in the
you what,
ground.
I tell you what, that car ran better than damn near anything. boy.
Yeah.
That
When
was
you
a
when you were
champion.
driving, was it making
Those
sparks
old
on the ground?
Hondas.
No,
fucking
no,
hard
it
to
was,
kill,
no, that was amazing. No, it just when I got out, it just seemed like it didn't look right. But other than that,
Oh
no,
man.
no,
It wasn't
no,
an
no,
RX-7, was it?
No, it was
I
a
couldn't
Mazda.
see
It was
you
a.
in an RX-7.
He looked like he
no,
had
it was a Corolla. It was a Corolla.
Corolla?
but
That's
yeah.
Toyota.
Yeah.
That's Toyota.
That's
bro.
Toyota.
No, I'm
That's not
sorry,
Mazda.
but not Corolla. What is the next thing that's a 4-door?
Camry?
For a Mazda?
Camry.
For a Mazda?
bro.
No,
Nah,
Camry.
Mazda
Protege?
thing you talking
So, no,
about.
that's Toyota Camry. No,
A Mazda
that's,
Protege,
I'm gonna have to
MX-5.
ask. I'm gonna have
Honda
to-
Accord or
I forget. I'm gonna have to ask my wife because I always call it the Chariot. You know, what
The
I'm saying?
Mazda
But, like,
3?
She looked at me crazy when we
Might
was
have been a Mazda
when I took
3.
her on a date and I pulled up in that little bastard. She looked at me like, "What?"
oh man.
Yeah. It was bad business, but yeah, I was like, "Yeah, but man, this is all I got right now."
And she's still married
Get
you.
back on my
Wow,
feet.
man.
Well, I mean, because
How do we
I
get
told her the
How do we
story
get here?
behind everything, man. So you know, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if we all have to make a come up. We have to make a second come up.
That's
it's
true.
all good.
That's true.
So, All right, Crispy Bomb, I'm proud. You can go ahead.
Guys, welcome to Midlife Crisis Podcast.
Monthly. So I want to reestablish this real quick. You're talking about the, Xbox users use PlayStation as much on PlayStation console. 35% of them do that.
Well, yeah, but with
they own an Xbox, but they play on PlayStation.
No, that's not what they said.
The majority of the time.
No, that's not what it is. It's games like Minecraft. Anytime somebody signs into Minecraft on PlayStation, they're counted as an Xbox active user, and those people make the numbers for Xbox greater in terms of how many people are actively using Xbox and Xbox games in comparison to PlayStation.
The Microsoft servers.
No. It's my turn now.
Oh shit!
I didn't
Hold on, isn't that the guy you interrupted in the beginning of the topic?
Oh, okay. I just asked my wife, man, because I had to get there. It was Toyota Corolla.
I think Fred needs to bring back that Jeopardy music.
Oh, we get copyrighted now.
Yeah, you get copyrighted now. You play that shit.
Bot knows what I'm doing.
I have no idea what song that was, Crispy.
Dude, it's.
I have no idea.
Come on,
I have
dude.
no idea.
All right. You know what? I take your Connecticut card away from you, sir.
I'll give it to you. It's okay.
I'm going to say this, okay? We have all talked about monthly active users for years. Shame on Xbox for allowing that to be a part of the PlayStation universe. It is absolutely asinine to think that Xbox is not looking at some of these games and seeing that they are huge on other platforms and not saying that we can do this with other games. And that's where K-Mega went on a rant about me being wrong. And that is fine. But every single freaking person on this damn podcast has said the exclusive is freaking Game Pass. And that is the exclusive. And once Sony bends the fucking knee and sits there and says, we have to do this or we're screwed. Could you have Starfield on your console? Sure could, if you allowed Microsoft to release it on Game Pass. And then the PlayStation user would have the choice to either pay $70 for the game itself and buy it outright, or join Game Pass. PlayStation is not going to do that. But who's the first one that let a PlayStation game come into their service? That would be MLB The Show, people. So you look at that, and guess what? MLB is the publisher, but that doesn't mean Sony had to make the game and deal with that. They could have said, no, we're done. They didn't do that. And guess what? It's more successful than ever. And they are still making money off of it. Once Sony accepts the fact that monthly active users actually mean something, and that's thanks to free-to-play, by the way. Fortnite, Roblox,
that's a good point.
You can go across the Rocket League is still a thing, people. Like,
yes, it is.
You can sit there and act like it's not, but it's still a thing. Yeah. There's thousands of Twitch streamers, and there's a very I'd say 10 to 12 that have hundreds of thousands of people watching their shit on Twitch because they're playing freaking Rocket League. You remember when Rocket League came out? Remember when, Xbox was like, you know what, you can go free to play, we're fine with that. And then it started on this trickle-down effect. And then, PlayStation was doing it, but they didn't announce nothing. And that's where we go and say, well, Xbox, now you're not announcing anything. Why aren't you doing that? You know what I mean? So it's just back and forth. The problem is that they have disacknowledged that monthly active users is something. Because guess what? Sony can't make a multiplayer exclusive. We got multiplayer exclusives, people.
They're
They might
coming,
be
Crispy.
Gears, Halo, and Forza,
Crispy.
but guess what? They're still
multiplayers are
there,
coming,
and
bro.
they're still alive. And you know what? And the fact is that the free-to-plays have made the entire industry look at every revenue stream completely different.
Yeah.
And that's where I go and say Xbox is willing to give up everything if Game Pass is on every single thing that's out there. And once that happens, they will be third party technically. That doesn't mean that you're not going to pay $15 to get your subscription and get the game for $15 a month. Until then, until all of them accept it, which I feel like Nintendo is slowly moving. Because as the cloud comes out better, Nintendo's not doing any of that. But at the same time, if you want to go technical off of unit sales, Nintendo's been the market leader for like a year now. If you really want to say that, unit sales is all that matters. Guess what? Now all of a sudden, monthly active users matters. Why? Xbox said this how long ago? We've been talking about this how long ago? It's illogical. People need to realize that you're talking out of both sides of your mouth. I mean, if you're a fanboy, by all means, be a fucking fanboy. And you know what? I'll take that. But the fanboys I'm talking about are the ones that actually talk about PlayStation. And I actually talk about Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could bring up, hey, I talk about Gears too much or something like that. Well, guess what? That's still an Xbox IP. That's still the game I love. Like, let's talk about what you have. You have zero multiplayer. PlayStation needs to fix that.
Crispy.
This is why
They're
they
coming.
are freaking crying like a crazy person right now.
trying to drown me
It's
out.
ridiculous. So I'm going to leave it at that, but I'm sure the other topics may meld into this stuff. But seriously, like, you got to look at the damn thing you consider the greatest thing in the world and say, ain't looking too good right now. Why are we worried about Call of Duty? Seriously.
they're still trying.
I mean,
They're still
you know, a lot of people forget that SOCOM 4 came out when PSN crashed. It was like a few hours later. PSN crashed for an entire month. Like, SOCOM is still relevant. They just didn't give it another chance. You know what I'm saying? And that's a multiplayer-centric game. Always has been, always will be. That was the start of it. That is the end of it. Yes, it had good single player, but it was not what you went there for. You went there for the multiplayer. And unfortunately, Sony's sitting there on their hands and saying, no, we shall not. Until now, all of a sudden, monthly active users is an important thing. Interesting, isn't it?
Well, okay, so I got to let people know again, and I'm going to say it to Crispy again. The multiplayer games are indeed coming on PlayStation's side. By what, 2026? They're supposed to have 10 games as a service.
Now you're
out. All right, so they are coming. Bro, I'm not gonna stand back and be like, dude, I know it's been.
You just
it's been
got
a drop.
so messy with that 2026 thing.
I think that's what it. Well, that's what they said, bro.
Well, that's what they said, yeah.
That's exactly what they said.
Right when Forza comes out.
Oh, see that was messy. That was messy right there. But you know what? You know it's not messy. The world's need for handhelds. Let's be honest here. We see it with the Switch and what happened with the Switch and how much that is sold. People still love handhelds. So it came out this week. There's a rumor that PlayStation is actually working on a handheld. I believe it's called Q Lite, being the code name. And some rumors came out after that as to what this handheld actually is. Because when the first rumor came out, people really started talking. They're like, oh, another Vita. You know, people really getting in on that. I hope it has dedicated software. You know, games run natively. I seen a lot of people talking about that. So The rumor is that this handheld, first off, it's going to be kind of like centered around remote play with a PlayStation 5. So you're going to need a PlayStation 5 for this. And I can kind of see a theme if this rumor is true, because of course, you got the VR headset, which needs a PS5. You're going to get a handheld that needs the PS5. It looks like they're creating hardware, kind of like a family of hardware around the system. But I got to ask you guys, if rumors are true, if you would be interested in this. And of course, I got to go to the man, the myth, the legend, the one who will definitely share his opinion here, and the one who is known as our resident pony, Knoxximus, man. Oh, excuse me. Dark, dude.
Yeah.
So a handheld, but centered around remote play. Again, this is rumor. Dude, I got to ask you what you would think about them working on a handheld, and does it have to be like natively run games? Does it have to have dedicated software, or do you think something like this would work, man?
This is absolutely freaking stupid. Absolutely stupid. I don't understand why this is even a rumor or even being talked about as of right now. They can't even get VR off the ground, let alone freaking another handheld that they botched back in 2011 with the Vita. Like, what are they doing? I don't understand exactly what they're doing. No one gave a crap about the Vita. The ones who did give a crap about the Vita, they're still around, but they're far in between compared to the people who actually play games on PS5. They're the pony extraordinaires. That's those type of people that played on Vita. Nowadays,
the Vita was really nice, bro. I gotta let you know that, man. Like, the Vita.
I know the
really
Vita
nice.
was nice. I know the Vita was. I know it was, but it's just so. Oh my god, dude! I really wish that it would just stop with the whole rumors of like things that they shouldn't even be tackling right now. Because of the fact that we haven't even seen a dedicated PS5 freaking game yet. To this date, we haven't seen a freaking PS5 dedicated game.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
What?
Ratchet and Clank.
Which one? Okay,
you got one.
I'll give you that.
You got one, man.
Okay, I'll give you that one. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it looked good. It looked great.
Well, I mean,
it was a fun game, but
it was kind of short.
It's
though.
just
it was kind of short.
It was short. Exactly. It was short. It was short. So it's like it didn't. But we haven't seen anything since then, right? We haven't seen anything since that. That was like what, a year ago, maybe. Well, actually, probably like more like 2 years ago.
Like 2 years.
Yeah.
It was a launch window game, right?
What are they doing? I don't understand what they're thinking, what their thought process is with this. Forget trying to catch up to Nintendo. Who gives a crap of what Nintendo's doing? Give a crap about what your product is doing right now. And right now, your product isn't doing really anything except.
Well, they just broke records with units sold, man.
I know that, but that doesn't mean anything if we don't have any games to play, right? That means nothing if you have no games to really say, oh yeah, this really shows off the power of the console. They have none of that yet. And I mean, I could say the same thing for Xbox, but at least Xbox has Game Pass, like at least they're doing something over there. They are doing something, and they're not really focused on a handheld. All they're focused on is really, they're kind of focused on handheld, but it's more like cloud handheld, kind of stuff. Like they're
kind of like
focusing
the
on
easier way to do
technology.
it, in my opinion.
Right.
You got a phone? No, you can play your games here.
Right. Exactly. They're doing it a smart way, right? By not trying to create another device, they're just creating a software where you can put it on your phone or whatever, and you can play on the go. You know, like it's like I get that. You know, Nintendo is doing so well with the Switch, but it was something that they needed. PlayStation doesn't need this right now. They don't need it.
Oh yeah, they do. Oh well, no, they still need to be number one in the industry. Like they still need that because of Sony as a corporation and its dependency on PlayStation. But I see what you're saying. Like this piece of hardware, if it ran,
it's not a necessity.
If it ran more like a traditional handheld, like I can see it. I can see it a lot more.
Yeah. If it was an actual handheld where there was dedicated software for it, but it doesn't sound like that's what the case is. It's a remote play type of thing. Mm-hmm. You can do that with your phone. Why would you even create a device that does this? Like, that's dumb. No one's gonna buy that. No one. People are barely buying VR, and a part of it I think is partially the price tag of VR right now. But I also think it's because no one gives a crap about that stuff. No true gamer that's hardcore like we are gives a crap about that. Yes, there are some. I will give you that. Yes, there are some. But it's not a majority of people who give a crap about that stuff. They just don't. So it boggles my mind that they're doing this crap, dude. It really does, man.
Yeah, I mean... Dude, another thing real quick, Dark. Maybe you can enlighten me on this. But the last time I looked into remote play, right?
Yeah.
When you use your console and remote play it to another screen, say this handheld, you can't do anything else with that console. Like, you can't watch Netflix while somebody's playing a game remote play. I'm correct on that, right?
Right, correct.
That means that technology is absolutely worthless to, like, 80% of people out there.
Well, the technology is also worthless, period, because of the fact that you have to be, like, in the same, like, vicinity as the console, because you try to do it outside of, like, and like on a plane or something, it's not going to work very well.
I think people found workarounds with that.
So there is workarounds for that, but it's not. It's not.
Ass.
Yeah, it's pain, dude. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, it's not an inherited feature. It's not
exactly.
Like it's something you gotta work for. You gotta do the stuff. Which
exactly.
Pain in the ass.
No one wants to do that. It's like I kind of. I mean, I shouldn't compare it to PC. But I kind of compare it to PC. Building your own PC, it's kind of like that, but not really. It really isn't, but it's kind of an example of it, right? Where majority of people don't want to build their own PC; they just want to buy one. To be honest, you know, like majority of people just are going to go out and buy one. They're not going to go out there, find the parts, find all this stuff, do all this and do that to you know. Have a PC. It's like
dude.
This,
just changing my graphics.
You have to go out of your way.
That's easy.
You have to go out of your way to find the product that you need in order to play a remote on a plane or something like that. That's stupid. Like, why would no one wants to do that?
I really don't understand. Like, I can see at certain instances, like say like you're a teenager, you got a family gathering, Easter's coming around the bend. Like, your family expects you downstairs, so you have, like, this handheld, and you're basically just streaming it from your console. That I can see.
Right.
But for the most part, like, you're going to want to stream your game when other people want to use the TV. And if you can't multifunction at that point in time, I feel like that feature is a really kind of, like, shallow feature. To me, almost useless for most of the situations.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, man. It's so stupid. It's like the dumbest thing that they're doing. They're just doing really dumb things lately.
Oh shit!
To be honest, like and I know
you got to talk to your buddy Jim Ryan there, Dark. Come on, man, you got to talk to him. Like, dude, what are you doing?
I don't know if they're just I don't know what they're gearing up for. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like maybe I'm just reading into it too much or whatever, but it like
Dark, you know what it is? You know what it is? All right, Sony at their heart is a hardware company. So if they can put a nice looking family of devices together and have people buy it, they're going to do it, whether it makes sense or not.
But people aren't going to buy that shit though, man. That's the thing. They should have learned from VR. They're not going to buy that stuff.
They should have made a regular handheld.
But 270,000 is insanely good. What do you mean?
What? What are you talking about?
PSVR 2, bro.
Oh, yeah, I was like, I know that number. Like, that number was really familiar to me. Like, 270. Oh yeah, that's how many they sold.
Yeah. For the number that they sold, yeah. I mean, it's. I thought you were talking about the dollars. So I was like, what? That's ridiculous. But, I mean, that's the reason why people aren't buying VRs, because of the. I honestly think people just either don't want it, or the price tag is too high for a lot of people.
I think it's
because
the
they
price
have to
tag.
buy the console. They have to buy the console. They also have to buy the VR headset. They also have to buy games. They have to buy a charging station because that's a thing, right? So they have to do all that stuff in order to even remotely be invested in it. I mean, yes, gaming is a privilege. It's not a right? Like, it's not something. It's a hobby. It's not that you. It's not a necessity, right? But it should be something that people, should be able to enjoy no matter what. Even if they don't have technically the money in the bank account to really afford to do that. And who's clearly doing that right now? Xbox, right?
Mhm.
Like, Xbox is clearly doing that with their stuff, and PlayStation's just going in the opposite direction. It's just it's so weird, dude. It's so weird. We're in a really weird time right now with gaming. It's just super weird.
I 100% agree with you. Again, if the rumors are true, I don't know how many times. If there are any PlayStation kind of like extremists in the chat, let me know how many times I have to state about the rumor situation. Is it like every other word? So this way, my thoughts don't really get out there.
It doesn't matter.
On it.
People are still.
Why do you think about them?
I was curious. I was curious for the answer.
Context, dude.
I was curious for the
that's
answer.
That's why I try to be careful when I say something about Xbox or something about Nintendo, because no matter what I say, somebody's going to jump down my throat about it in the chat or whatever, because they took my thing out of context. So it doesn't matter. You're just gonna have that.
Again, with this just being a rumor, I hope it's different than what we've heard so far. And a thing I'd like to throw in there real quick is it's funny to hear, Sony making a handheld, because we all know that handhelds, have to run on battery power, dude. And we've seen what the hell has gone on with the DualSense and the DualSense Edge in terms of battery life and kind of like the quality of battery that are in those controllers. And
I mean, shoot, the Switch has a problem with battery life in general.
And we said it that
makes
before launch.
PlayStation think that they can have a battery life? That'd be crazier than they freaking. It's just not gonna happen. Like, crazy.
They just all have to. They have to go to Xbox and be like, "Yo, where do you go to get the batteries for the Elite controllers?" Because like that is
they'll just point them to Duracell, dude. Yeah,
because they are. I swear. I think that the Xbox Elite controller has the best battery in all of gaming.
Serious, dude.
It's a lithium battery, right, inside of it?
I think so, but it's over 40 hours. Like, dude, it's
it's not a joke. Like, I would call it out, but it legit. Like, dude, it
amazes
for like
me, man.
And how
5 days in a row.
How come Switch and PlayStation can't do that?
They don't want to pay for them, man. That's the only thing I can think of.
PlayStation is.
I will say that the Nintendo Switch Pro controller though does last quite a while.
Oh,
it
nice.
does last at least 30 or 40 hours. So
It
I will
does.
give them that.
Well, it's modeled after Xbox controller, so
Nah, you're not wrong on that one.
Yo,
It's actually true. So
nice,
Yeah.
nice. Let's see. Okay, so we are talking handhelds here. Let's go to Predator. Pred, supposedly a handheld, code name Q Lite, but the thing is, we're talking about remote play to a PS5, meaning a PS5 would be needed for such a device. Do you think this is true? And what are your thoughts on the idea and kind of like the bullet points to like the features of this thing?
They can't be that fucking stupid. Like, I mean, like,
Are you sure? Are you sure?
They can't be. They
Are you
can't be that
sure?
fucking stupid to build this. It's like this. If they're gonna do a handheld, it needs to be just like the fucking Vita was, standalone console on its own. You know, you get your games, either download them or even if they go back to the fucking cartridge or something like that. It's got to be that way. That's the only way it's gonna work. No, not with remote play. That's just stupid. That's like the dumbest thing ever. I'm just scratching my head thinking like that's gonna bankrupt them if they do that. Like,
Do you really think so?
Oh, they'd have to think about this. All right, PS5 is doing well. That's not an issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
They come out with a fucking Slim, right? Because I think I've heard that rumor out there too, right?
Yeah.
People will buy the console, correct? They'll buy the PS5. VR isn't doing that well. It'll sell. It ain't gonna make as much money off it. They break even at some point with that. For all the time and money they spent and everything you built everything in a whole, right? So like all the money, time, research, development, all that shit, they'll break even at some point. But that's it. And then let's say they break even with this handheld. That's it. So they don't have a big, other than the games that they're like, which we haven't been hitting that well lately either. They're selling, but no one's staying in the ecosystem because they're not online. They're gonna lose Call of Duty here soon. Yeah, I could see. I'm not saying they're gonna go belly up and fall under. I just don't see them ever I don't think they can survive a Red Ring of Death like Xbox did.
Oh no.
If something like that happens, and so but they're making these mistakes by themselves. They're making this console, assuming they're making this console the way they're going to make it. How many people are going to buy that based off of what you're using it for? Like you've already got a PlayStation 5 in your house hooked up to a big ass fucking TV. Do you really want to do remote play now in your own house? Oh, I mean, I've never used remote play, but I'm telling you, I got a fucking Switch. I hardly ever use it. I got a freaking Steam Deck. I rarely touch that thing.
Honestly, if they market it with that detachable disc drive PS5 that they're going to be coming out with as well, if they market it all together, like I said, that kind of like that pretty family of devices or whatnot, I'm sure they'll grab some people, man.
Yeah, they'll grab some people. Like I said, they'll break even. You can't keep breaking even though. You got to actually make a big profit off the shit you're creating.
Yeah.
Their consoles doing it, but like these devices they're coming out with are really not. Like how I would love to see how their controller came out. The one that the Elite controller they created a couple years while back. Like how'd that fare? They make fun of Xbox for making controllers, but Xbox is making money off their controllers, like hand over fist. Like even the lab, whatever it's called, they're making money through that shit too. Like they have a revenue stream coming in consistently off of other products in the ecosystem. Sony doesn't have that, so they one fuck up, one bad device, it could fucking ruin them. And you add all this shit together in a fucking vacuum. Shitty console. Shitty games. They're not getting all the Bethesda shit anymore. They're not be getting all the ABK stuff anymore. That's all going to Microsoft now. They can't use Call of Duty to sell as a selling point anymore. PSVR 2 is not selling very well. Now you come with this handheld that doesn't sell very well. That's two bad devices in a row. So now they're going to be at the point where they have to hit on the PlayStation 6, right? We're looking let's say 3 years down the road. If that doesn't hit, which it will, it's a console, but then they got to sustain that after that for another couple of years. So I could see them being like, fuck, we're losing a shitload of money now at some point. And people will be scratching their head like, what are we going to do with Sony? They have to come up and reinvent themselves or come up with something different, or they'll figure it out. They've done it all these years. They've been the market leader forever when it comes to big boy consoles. I won't throw Nintendo in the bus like that, but like this is like a stupid idea. The way they're doing it, I think trying to get into the handheld space, they were already in it. They should have stayed in it. They should have stuck with it because the Vita wasn't bad.
Yeah, they basically they killed their own device by like stopping supporting it, right?
Yeah.
But
if they'd have stuck with it, they could easily be like neck and neck with it. I said easily, but they could be up there with it. They could be, like, being number 2 isn't bad in a 2-man race. You're making money hand over fist. And then you find a way to tie it into your console, whatever. Like, yeah, that would have. I mean, hell, with the streaming, think of this now. If they'd have stuck with Vita, they'd be on PS Vita 5 or 6 or some shit like that by now, right? We have streaming now. We didn't have that very good back then. You got bigger hard drives. We didn't have that back then. All that would have tied into having a very good console right now, but they killed it in the beginning. They didn't support it. So now they got to start from ground zero again, creating this console to rival Nintendo, who's just been having this space on lock. They're not going to tap into that. I mean, I don't think they're ever going to tap into that the way that they want to. I mean, again, it has to be, if they're going to do this, it has to be a rival for that, for the Switch. But they're not going to do it right. It's almost like they're trying to do like a mold between the Switch and the Steam Deck, but it's like all fucked up.
A Switch and a Steam Deck, but somehow, some way, you ended up with a Wii U.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much what it's kind of like sounding like to me.
Now, I get all this is rumors, so we could be completely off base.
Thank you for saying rumor, by the way. I appreciate
this. Could just be like, I mean, we've seen these things happen before. Oh, this rumor, that, and it never comes out. I'm still waiting on the freaking, what was it for the Microsoft, like the little, like the dongle, whatever the fuck it was, they're supposed to be making, like.
The like streaming only, like.
Yeah, like where's that
thing?
Like, so, like, this shit happens. We hear shit like this all the time, and then it just fucking fades away. And it, like, and then someone makes this nice little picture that they've created. It makes it look like it's a real thing. Like, yeah. So like that happens. So like think back on when we were getting ready for the Xbox One, the PS4 before they came out. Remember all the digital fake ass pictures we saw coming out, like, and then they ended up looking nothing like that, even with the Xbox. So like, I mean, we get riled up over this shit.
I love that stuff too.
It's good topics to talk about, but like, it's a rumor at this point. Wait until they actually bring it out. Like, show me something more substantiated that can say, yes, this is what we got. We've seen it, and they're gonna show it. Because remember when the PlayStation got leaked and they had those little Asian dudes in the
it's like, yo, that thing looks huge. Like,
for one, everybody's like, that's not it. That was it. Like, and so, like, show me something like that, and then I'll start believing that it's happening. But like somebody's rendition of what it could look like, and then they see the story and they run with it. I need a better source. I think it was it Tom's Hardware that came out with the original, or
I think so.
Came out with
I think
they're pretty. He's pretty. They're pretty credible.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna need more from just him. I need
Tom Warren is the one.
Tom Warren. I need more than just that person saying it. I need to start hearing more buzz about it. Then I'll start thinking, okay, maybe this is real. But like, and we'll get more details out of it, because I just don't think they're that stupid enough to just do remote play. They can't be that fucking dumb.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Nah.
But yo, shout out to the chat, guys. If you are checking out the gameplay right now, this is my yellow Mustang in Forza Horizon 5. I made it all-wheel drive. I rallied this thing out. I call it my dirt donkey. This thing is absolutely amazing in the dirt, man. If you're playing Forza Horizon, you're getting into the rally expansion, I highly suggest going to one of the newer Mustangs, picking them up real cheap at the auto show. You probably have one in your garage, man. This game just like gives you cars. But Definitely switch it over to all-wheel drive and try it. With the rally tires and everything like that. In the
Just
dirt.
running the walls like you're doing here.
I did do that. It was one of my first races with it, man. But this sucker, dude, you can see the potential in some of these turns, man. This thing is nasty on dirt, yo. Like I'm really happy with this car, yo, when it comes to the rally. But let's see who's next on the list. Let's go to Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, PlayStation Portable. Thing is, it's gonna be kind of like according to rumor, it's gonna be remote play, meaning you can't play it without a PS5. Man, what are your thoughts here, bro? Is Sir X-Man here?
Great points. Great points.
He is muted right now. I just pulled up Discord, so
I didn't do it.
let's go to K Mega then. K Mega, dude. This is dude, what do you think about the rumor of this handheld and its features, man? Are you down? Is this a win according to K Mega?
No.
Oh, really?
No. Price for one.
We don't know the price yet, right? I didn't see a rumor on price.
Well, no, I'm just saying. Like, I mean, the price is a factor.
Oh, yeah.
The fact of it is that it's only going to be tied down to the PlayStation 5. It doesn't sound like it will. That by the time that the PlayStation 6 comes, that it will be compatible with that. Because that they would try to, if it had any type of success, they were going to try to capitalize on it. So instead of bringing something out like that at the beginning of the generation, you're going to put it out in the middle of the generation. Even though I feel like this might be a longer generation than most, but it's still, it's half the time, and it's just locked down to a PlayStation 5. Everything screams disaster because that they would charge a lot more money than what it would really be appealing for the consumer. I mean, I've listened to what everybody's been saying. I mean, Dark, absolutely right. Focus on VR right now. Like, there's a report that came out that said that from PlayStation, from a PlayStation magazine that said that Sony's going to cut 20% of their PSVR 2. Yeah. So like, focus on that. I mean, and all the stuff, they make patents and all these type of things every year, all the time. So, if they tried to do that, like Fred said, you should have stuck with the Vita. The Vita was not bad. The PSP was the GOAT. I mean, like, it had its place. But again, like, you trying to alienate against certain gamers instead of taking the approach of, well, maybe, these people don't want a PlayStation console. Maybe they just want to play their PlayStation games on the go. That's what you need to make. I mean, not force people to just, well, you got to buy a PlayStation in order to play this console. And then if somebody will argue you down and say, well, that's what it's for. Well, that's not what people want to do. Like, I mean, you're not obligated to take the whole Switch dock with you when you're playing the Switch. You know what I mean? So like, you want to have something that if you're going to have something that's going to be portable, it has to be portable, right? Like, I mean, you can't have the option of like, well, because what if something happens to that PlayStation 5? And then you don't have access to play that remotely. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many factors of just trying to have it to be drawn to the PlayStation 5 to sell more PlayStation 5s is just, it sounds dead on arrival to me. I don't think that it will come out. If it does, the price level, I just think I don't think Sony, since Sony is really on this kick of premium talk, that they would try to maximize their dollars with the thing instead of trying to make it affordable to gain attention. You see what I'm saying? So just the same reason, even though I know that the tech is there for the PSVR 2, but the gamers are spoken. They're not ready for it yet. They're just not ready for that at that price range. Like, drop the price and they should get they'll have the units move, but nah, man. All this imagination of thinking you want people to pay $50 more for your console, then for this product, then for another product, and it's going to be overpriced as well. Nah, man, it ain't. It's not. That's not it.
Well,
That's not it.
Sony overprices their hardware all the time, like and in other divisions anyway. Like TVs,
well, it works with
like
their it works with their TVs because I mean it works with their TVs, right? And it works for PlayStation, right? Even though I still think that, like, I mean, of course, they brag about these numbers here and there, but Dark said something that was kind of funny because he said, like, I mean, they say that these numbers are like that. I don't know. It is kind of funny because I mean, a lot of people that are talking about VG charts, and VG charts is supposed to be the least credible out of reporting numbers, but whatever the case may be, right? Like I think
general estimate charts.
Yeah. So again, it's really all about, like, people say, yeah, because I want a PlayStation 5, I got a chance to get it, so I'll pay the extra $50 for it. But after that, everything else, their games, everything else, people are like, I'm just gonna wait on that. I'm just gonna wait for the right price on that. So if they add another piece of hardware and the game is, and the thing is tied down to this, and then it's not priced properly, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to move, and then we will have another situation where they had an opportunity to maybe get back into the handheld space, but they did it completely ass backwards. So I don't know. If true, I think if true, if the rumors, if true. If true. If true. But just grasping at straws at this point. But again, it's just rumor. I personally don't think that it's real.
I think they're working. I think they're working on this. I'm leaning more towards it being real, and like I'm a little weirded out by it because like I just feel like move. It needs
locking
more,
it down to
it needs more features, 5. Man. Even if you can like stream games that you own on or stream your PS Plus games on it without the use of a PS5 or something like that, to give people the freedom to be able to take it away and still play your games. You know what I'm saying? Away from your PS5. Right. Like if it doesn't have a feature like that, and then I feel like this thing isn't worth it, and I don't think a lot of other people would feel it's worth it. But then again, Sony's marketing. They brush by lies a lot.
They're marketing the hell out of the PSVR too.
Yeah,
it ain't work. Price point is everything. Like people are willing to succumb to the throat needle on certain things.
They only pay so much for certain things. Yeah, exactly.
They only will tolerate so many things. PlayStation 5, they had the shortage, so therefore there's still that want to. So, all right, you got me. You hustle me for the $50, right? It's just no different than when you're playing a certain game and that they shouldn't be charging you for that little piece of DLC or whatever. But you're going to go ahead and you're going to fold regardless. But then if it gets to a point to where it's like it's a constant and you feel like you're getting hustled more than you are winning, then at that point, then they start to cut you off. And I think I think we're seeing that with their games. With the exceptions of when Spider-Man comes out, of course, God of War. I don't even see I see Final Fantasy selling well. Final Fantasy 16 selling well, but it ain't gonna sell like Final Fantasy 15. It's not going to sell those type of numbers.
15
it might get close
anyway,
to Final Fantasy remake numbers, but I think Final Fantasy remake, the second remake, is going to do really, really well. But I don't know about 16 personally, because because people are going to be picking and choosing what they want to spend their money on when you got a $70 price tag. You see what I'm saying? So like, there's going to be the diehards that buys it all. But then there's going to be those people that's going to pick and choose. And it's like, yeah, I'm cool with Spider-Man, and then I'll get the next COD and NBA 2K, Madden. Man, I'll just pick up that. Yeah, I'll pick up Final Fantasy 16 on a sale. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever the case may be. Some people are just, consumers are just different now. Like, it's just not, you just throw it in their face and they just get it.
They're more frugal, right?
Yeah, they're
They're more frugal
now.
than they have ever been. Like,
Yes.
because of the price hikes on stuff.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
like, I
also
mean,
have everybody and their mother making reviews and stuff as well for certain things.
well, I mean, the review stuff, I still stand by, like, play the game yourself before you listen to somebody review. I mean, the case in point, this one blonde chick, I guess she's really popular on reviewing movies, and she just dogged the hell out of the Mario movie and didn't even know that Mario could get in a cat suit. So, like, I mean, like,
dude, I saw that. I was like,
cringe.
You don't know anything about.
right. So that's so to me, when there's people that if they review games just because they want to review it for their content and they're not into that genre or whatever the case may be, then to me it's one of those things like, hey, they want to still get free copies. You know, Sony has definitely went out there and made it clear they're definitely on some mob type shit when it comes to giving free stuff. Like, hey, we giving you this, what you gonna do for us? You know, it's evident. So I mean, The Last of Us on PC didn't garner anything less than a 70 for its performance, and there was people that gave it a 94 and gave it a 90. We're talking about, like, when the game gets patched, we know that it's better right now. But man, just for everything that you know, for the nostalgia, it's worth it. You already know what that is. So it is a thing to where people are willing to pay the price for certain things, but they just can't. And then when you buy this product and the product doesn't live up to your expectations, then the next time that you have something, they're going to even be more reluctant. So if the PlayStation VR 2 is not everything that what some people are hyped about, or like I said, the price point, or if you got games that people were anticipating and then the games didn't live up to that, and they see this $70 price tag, and then they see whatever else is price tag with this handheld and whatever else if they do come out and bring it, it's going to make the consumer just hold back, because it's like Dark said, people are becoming way more frugal. You are seeing this. This is why the service model is the best solution on getting access to more games, because people just aren't buying them if they're going to keep on raising the price on them individually before. It just isn't. The $60 price range is king, man. I mean, $70 for the certain known titles that people know and love, yeah. But new stuff or no, it's just different.
Well,
Xbox
games
like
are going to be
when-
70. So like,
Well, that's why I was
there.
like, with
Me.
Forspoken. With Forspoken, I was all like, why is this game $70?
Right.
It should have been
No.
like 60 or 50. You know,
Yep.
like it shouldn't
60
have been
right off the bat.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been that high.
New IPs, unless there are a very known commodity, I would give the Harry Potter game, the Zigga Zagga Zazoo game, $70. Okay, because I mean that's a well-known property.
Exactly, it's a
Revelio.
well-known property. Yeah.
Right, but Forspoken, that they doomed that game. Like the game here, like the gameplay you're watching here, Wanted Dead. That game, if that game was $70, ain't no way. I mean, I'm saying, because I don't know what the sales are with the game, but I know damn well it wouldn't have moved. I wouldn't have got it for $70. And I was stoked about this game. So it's like, no, it was the right price. It was $60. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm copying. But it's just that $10 that made some people like, it's just $10. $10 means something, bruh. Especially if you are a person that buys multiple games, and some of these games don't even go down. You know what I mean? So
that could mean lunch for the day or whatever.
that could be lunch for the day, your
Right.
kids' lunch, anything. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, I mean, gas, whatever. So
$10 with taxes are like $11.50 in most places. So it's actually $11.50.
Somebody woke him up. Somebody
Actually,
woke up
here in California, it'd be more like 15.
Seriously? For
Yeah.
a $10 job?
What you paying for gas right now, bro?
Oh, it's like $5, dude.
God damn! Jesus Christ!
In certain areas, but in LA, it's like 6.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm good. So I better not complain about my $1.95 or my $1.75.
Yeah. You guys better not be complaining about.
Yeah.
You guys better not be complaining about $10 games, $10 more on video games. Damn it!
Hey, we don't make as much money per capita
now
as
you're
you
trying
guys
to
do.
justify a couple
So,
That is
yeah,
true.
No, we
We
don't
do-
do.
$1 for you, and it's
We
like
do
$5
make
for us.
more. We do
It is-
make more money here.
It is
but,
the known
yeah.
fact that the big populous blue states, hold down the red states because they make more money than the red states. So it is a fact. Texas, I think, is the only one. That's it, and maybe Florida. But
Nobody
Texas is-
nobody cares about no red versus blue on here, man. Calm down, bro.
calm down. I'm
I'm
talking about economics. I'm not making it out to be like, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying the big city, mostly blue states.
Yeah.
Hold all
We don't
the
care
little
about red
states
and blue.
down.
We don't care about red and blue, man. Let's
well,
keep
you
it rolling.
should.
Let's keep
You should.
rolling, man.
Is
Let's
this
We
like
see.
need to
Bloods
have
and
that
Crips
show.
talk or
We need
something?
to have that
Let's-
show.
Let's get
We need to have that show.
let's
Now
let's,
I don't know what
Oh.
happened, but for some reason it muted me on the Xbox, so I just backed out and came back in. I don't know what happened.
You're on your Xbox?
yeah. He's on Discord on
Yeah.
Xbox.
Because I have to.
Yeah, you could do
look
that.
at that.
You could do that.
Because I'm
man.
still banned.
I'm surprised more people on the panel
bedridden
aren't
right
doing
now.
that. Actually.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm working for him, so why would we?
But yo, Crispy, what do you think about the rumor of this handheld, man? Is it a good deal, or do you think it's going to be lacking if it's true?
Bundle. Yeah, you're gonna see $1,000 bundles with the
Oh,
PSVR 2
shit.
this thing. That's
Jesus
what's gonna happen.
Christ.
They are a hardware company, people. Even though Sony has not been the market leader in TVs in over 15 years, if you haven't known that. In the past 5, it's Samsung. What was it? LG and
Yeah,
TCL
LG.
are like tied.
Yeah.
TCL of all things. It's called, value proposition, people. That's why TCL. I mean, King David gives them a lot of crap, but he hasn't said much lately because TCL was like what Vizio was for me. Like I still have a Vizio TV upstairs. The thing is a 1080p. It doesn't look like my TV's down here, but at the same time, the thing still works, and it also doesn't look like, those tube TVs I had in my lifetime. I go and say, like, usually by 20 years, it's almost been, you buy a TV and it shouldn't work at some point. I've been through this with every type of TV. For some reason, this thing keeps working. So, I don't see people like touting Sony as being some kind of magical thing when it comes to hardware on TVs. So what are they going to do? They're going to go and say, okay, we are into VR, but we're really not. And we're going to charge you an arm and a leg. And do everybody remember the articles about Microsoft taking like hundreds of dollars per unit hit on the Series X and S? Everybody remember that? Or did you forget? Did you just forget? Because Sony, I never once saw Sony say, we took a hit. Do you know why? They can't fucking afford it. And that's fine. That's okay. But why in God's name are you coming out with these new accessories? Because you refuse to actually treat them as a platform themselves and actually say, okay, this Q Lite, whatever the hell that means. I mean, I get it. It could be a code name or whatever else. Why would you call it that? I mean,
It is a code name, by the way.
We've given shit for so many names over the years, but this probably is one of the worst code names I've ever heard in my life. And what is that going to do for you? It is going to do nothing. And you threw this out there like an afterthought. Didn't even talk about it. We've talked smack about Xbox when it comes to this stuff. They have changed their ways. And Sony's going to where 2013, it's like, okay, we're not going to say a word until people make us say a word. And then all of a sudden you have all of these things coming out all at once. And I go and say, well, now you are hearing that there's a PS5 Pro already? Man, this sounds like something I've seen before. why is the market leader doubling down on releasing all kinds of new hardware / accessories so damn quickly? Because you got nothing gaming wise. And here we go. I saw it with Xbox. It's happening with PlayStation. And get ready for those $800 to $1,000 bundles. And if you love it, by all means. But the technology is slowly going to slip back. And this Q Lite looks like, I mean, a Wii U on steroids. There you go. You have to be tethered to the console. Do you know what most people do? And here's the reason why PlayStation can do this and get away with it, is that many of their multiplayer games have queues. And those queues could be up to an hour. My buddy plays Final Fantasy all the time. He got rid of it. He hasn't bought a PlayStation since. He was sitting there on his cell phone in the PlayStation app and looking at it, and he's like, I'm like, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm just messing around in the queue. I'm like, queue? What's a queue? What's that? I mean, are you talking like old school like SOCOM and stuff where I'd wait like half an hour? Oh yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, it's got like an hour. Oh really? Oh yeah, there's like 300,000 people and they're all trying to get in. Okay. I've been at launches of many games, and if I wait over 2 minutes, I'll be out. And that's been for like the past 15 years. And he looked at me and he was like, yeah, but I love this game. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So then he started playing Xbox, got a Series X, all that stuff. He said, well, shit, you're right. Like, freaking this game just launched and it's multiplat, and I could play with people on PC, and I waited maybe 20 minutes, and that's because it just came out. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, and I'm upset about that. But that's how we look at games now. And PlayStation they don't have any exclusives. It's all about Square right now. Square Enix, I mean, they have to buy them. You know, you could say they bought Bungie, but they really didn't, because Bungie's going to release it across all platforms.
Dude, I'm starting to think it would be a good purchase for both sides at this point in time. Looking at the news on how Square has been disappointed, even recently with their newer games in terms of sales or whatnot. Like, I'm starting to think it would like that purchase, PlayStation Square. Like, I think that'll just that would help them both out, yo. Like,
I do believe I remember an article that had to do with Square wanting to release on Xbox, but Xbox is not agreeing to have an open concept where it goes on their servers. And I do believe everything that was the problem.
Everything that you were talking about with your friend, I didn't want to interrupt you or anything, but talking about the queues and everything like that, that's actually a Square problem. Because it's their servers. Like, so that's a problem that they need to fix. That has nothing to do with PlayStation.
Well, but still, like we don't have it on Xbox, really. I mean, technically.
No, we don't.
And that's where you go and say
it's on
like,
PC though.
So it should be.
Well, I mean, that's where like he's had a problem.
The new one's not on
he's
PC.
had a problem with that because he's like,
But the one he's talking about is on PC.
No, but he's even said that, like, dude, I can't play. Like, at least when he was playing it, he couldn't just join. He had to go through all the Square shit, and it's not just like plug and play with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we accept
play. Japanese games are weird with their online, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not on Sony. That's on Square. Dude.
Yeah, that's on Square.
Yeah, but Sony accepts it, and they don't. They didn't take it off like they did Cyberpunk.
Well, they can't do anything when they.
Are you kidding me? That's when I had a 56 fucking K modem. Come on. Like, I look at that shit and I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I don't care what multiplayer game it is. It takes way longer to connect. Okay, especially
you're not gonna like Diablo 4 when that comes out, because when that comes out, the queues are gonna be ridiculous.
As soon as I saw that, I said, nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
dead
just the nature
serious.
of gaming right now, though, dude. Like,
Dude,
that's
I don't
what
like
I've been
dungeon
saying
crawlers.
about
and
gaming.
I
That's what I've been
Because
saying
you go
about
10 years
gaming.
backwards. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't.
That's
But-
where they're going. They're going to that games as a service type of model. That's why they have queues and
Yeah,
stuff.
there's a
dude.
lot of games as a service models.
Outriders had a queue. Freaking all the Division had a queue.
Outriders on Xbox took about maybe 20 minutes at the
Well,
most.
one
at
of
the
the
beginning.
hold on, but one of the issues with Outriders when it came out was like the whole connecting with your friends and stuff was kind of broken.
Exactly.
So we actually went out there as a community and said shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not acceptable and everything. And of course it caused the developers to react and like, oh, there are patches on the way.
And where is Outriders now? Nowhere to be found.
No.
Oh,
You
they're
can still
still
play.
living though.
I mean, you can still play it. Yeah, you can still play it. But I mean,
And it was one of the last games that did well for
I'm talking
for
about
Square.
in terms of gaming talk. It's nowhere to be found. You
Well,
don't hear
let's see.
people talking about it.
It's a
what's
dead
funny
game.
is you
It's a
bring
dead
up
game.
Outriders, but that is the most successful game as far as Square is concerned, because it's the only positiveness they put out for any fucking game they've had in the past 2 years. If you didn't know that, because everything else just sucks.
I mean,
except Final Fantasy,
Square-
they say zero.
But Square,
nothing.
Let's be honest here. Square has been slipping. Yo, Dark. I mean, we've seen it. Like you bought me Final Fantasy 15,
dude.
I was looking to get
been seeing
into
it for
it.
years.
Yeah, they've just been
even
slipping
longer than
for years.
Final Fantasy 15.
So, like, I don't understand how people are saying like Final Fantasy 16 is going to be such a big hit. There's really no guarantee anymore when it comes to Square. Let's be real.
I think it'll be a good game. I just don't think it'll be on par of it's not gonna drive in the
I can hear
numbers
it in
like
your
it
voice.
should because
You're trying to hold on to the old Square. You're like, I think it's going to be a good game.
I
You're
want to move
you're
on.
hopeful.
I'm going to sum up my point. I believe people will buy this as long as it's really reasonably priced, and they're going to do exactly what I said. They're going to wait in their queues or whatever else. You might have some game like Sackboy or something like that on there that might run pretty well. You'll have games that you can play, but you're not into that because PlayStation gamers have told me that, and I mean it's okay. I mean if you're not into that, that's cool, but that doesn't mean that this thing's gonna sell unless you're gonna not treat it like Forspoken, even though you told everybody you were gonna buy the damn thing. And you didn't.
Oh no!
But all right, I'm done.
Oh no! You had to get that in there, man. Had to. Hold on 1 second. Guys, I do have to apologize for my few moments. I have been sick for the last couple of days, and anytime I mute myself, it's to cough or whatnot. Like I am feeling better. Like I'm on the upturn. But I have been sick for a couple of days.
You sound normal, dude.
That's cool. That's cool. Like
Well, he has a better mic now. His mic has been sounding amazing lately. I'm sorry. So is yours, by the way. You don't sound like you're talking into like a shelf or something. I don't know.
I just had the weirdest picture of him talking like nose to nose with a shelf. But yeah,
that would be funny.
Yeah, dude, you pictured it too. It's like, oh my goodness. But yeah, guys.
Next.
Well, guys, we're at 10 o'clock. We're at 10 o'clock.
Next, though.
Oh, dude. Okay, you got to be quick though, man, because I am like I'm not taking another half hour, bro.
Trying to get laid.
No, I got work. I got work tomorrow.
If you let me go straight through, then I'll be quick.
That's what she said.
Go
ahead. What you got, bro?
So Sony wants to go with a peer-to-peer system that you hold in your hand right in front of your TV. That's dumb.
I mean, you don't have to be right in front of your TV, but peer-to-peer was nice. That was a nice touch because that's exactly what it is.
I could go peer-to-peer with my cell phone, with my Xbox, and I have done it where I go console stream and I can stream it places. I've done it in doctor's offices. I've done it at my auto mechanic. I have not had a problem. Everything depends on how good a data package you have with your SIM card. I've always said Switch is different. That's a console. I don't care what people say. But the cloud stream for Microsoft, they've been working on this forever, and it's getting better and better and better. And I use my console stream or I use my cloud stream for Xbox. I don't have a problem. The lag is down to pretty much a minimum now. You know, and most places I go have Wi-Fi, but I still use just my phone data and don't tap into their Wi-Fi because I want to test it with cellular data. That's my test for me on how good things are getting. I haven't had a problem. When I'm moving sometimes, and my son tests it with me, and he sits in the car, and he'll drive and play a game. We were on a highway trip to Chicago. He didn't really have a problem with it. You know, love T-Mobile. And it was working smooth. You know, every now and then you get those little nicks and stuff when you come into, like, high areas with a lot of, what do you call them, electrical poles and stuff like that. But most of the time, it was running smooth, and we never had a problem. So Microsoft been working on it for the past 3 to 4 years, and it's getting better and better and better. But Sony wants to come to this thing with a peer-to-peer for console stream, but you got to be, if you use it, you got to be in a Wi-Fi area, and you better hope it works. And your console's going to be on while you're gone. They do that with the other one. Your console is on. Microsoft, the console is on, but it's in the background when you console stream. And it just works. You can pay all the games you own, not just the games in Game Pass. And it works. So Sony wants you to buy this thing for how much? Why don't you just make an app, Sony, where people can use it, if they want to do it, use it on their phone, and then they can use their unlimited cellular data like Microsoft does, and play the game. How many people use it though?
Cash grab.
I know it's a cash grab. I can take my tablet, which has it. My tablet has a SIM card in it, and I use it other places where I go. I can play my Xbox games on my tablet when I go places, even out of town. But does Sony think about having an app like that that's universal like that? No, not like that. Not to the way that Microsoft does it. So they're trying to slowly try to catch up with what Microsoft's doing in a stupid way if this thing really comes to fruition. So you need to back off this. Get to working on your multiplayer games. If this rumor is supposedly true, get back working into your multiplayer games that you're supposed to be coming out with, and stop trying to do things the way the Sega Genesis did with stacking device on top of device on top of device. Work on your games, because your games that you get from the profit, it was supposed to make you money. It's always been the consoles are the device that gets you to the software where you really make your money. Stop with this crap. You know everybody knows how you messed up with the VR thing. We ain't going there. But you need to stop this little portable thing, unless it's going to be a Vita style thing. A lot of people would love that. They would love that. But you're not trying to go that direction. So
they would need the company that they trashed to create the cloud infrastructure to do it.
Get your shit together. You'll never be like a Switch. You'll never be like how Microsoft lets you utilize your games anywhere you want. But peer-to-peer with a console, that's dumb.
I
that
hear you.
is totally dumb. So work on what you have. Build on what you have. You do not have time to come out with another device. And this PIC, okay, real quick, this PlayStation 5 Pro that you're talking about, you're just getting started with the PlayStation 5 out there. Because you got more PlayStation 5s out there, because you still got all these PS4s out there.
I can't wait. Because everybody trashed us for wanting the One X. And guess what? It's about to happen. And I got all the damn screenshots.
Oh, damn.
So stop with this extra peripheral stuff. It's not. It ain't the time for that. You need to work on what you got now as far as software. I'm done.
I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. The peer-to-peer thing, man. That was a great way to explain it, yo. Shout out to Sir X, man. Shout out to Sir X, man.
He tried to mic drop, but he held the cord. It's okay.
I was 5 seconds away from really going on the deep end about this stuff, but I said, nah, I'm gonna keep it low key today.
Oh, we know about deep end.
I really think it's dumb, dude. I really think it's dumb with that.
All right,
but pretty good song. Get one back quickly.
And you saw how I explained how Microsoft is doing it better. Thank you.
All right, guys. Shout out to the panel for all their thoughts tonight. Yes, we are past 10 o'clock. Shout out to the chat for hanging out with us as we went in on these topics, man. I had a really fun night. I hope you guys did as well. It is that time.
No crying Jim Ryan today. We'll do that tomorrow, right, Kim?
Enough of that fool.
Like a 40-year-old with a comb over.
She said, I'm thinking about it.
It is time to get those plugs in. And we're going to start with the man right here. Sir X-Man, it's your outro, man. What you got to say, brother?
Well, I'll get my quick crying Jim Ryan out for my outro. Real quick. Crying like a baby because you didn't get what you want because the people that you depended on, you thought they was going to have your back. But they said, nah, bitch. We go with what's best for the people. Not for you. CMA, you go, girl. I'm done.
Okay. CMA, you go, girl. That's the quote of the night. Let's see. Wow. Crispy, it's your outro, bro. What you got for us, man?
My brain hurts. I'm going. So next week, I don't know where I'm going to be at. I'm definitely not going to be on here. Sorry, Bot, but I'm telling you a week in advance. So just take that into consideration. But I'm going.
That's how you let somebody know.
I'm going April camping. I know people are like, why the hell would you do that? Well, it's supposed to be like 80 degrees next week. So like all week, it's going to be like in the 60s to 80s all week. So looks like a great time. But I'm going to unplug. I am not going to do a podcast on the phone. So I don't know what's going to happen. Easter is Sunday. Happy Easter for anybody that celebrates that. And shout out to the entire chat that shows up here just about every week. And if you don't know who the hell I am, it's at ChrisBomb on Twitter, ChrisBomb28 Xbox Live. Hit me up there, and I'll see you in a few weeks.
Nice, brother. Let's see. K-Mega! We'll put you in the middle today, man. Yeah. What do you got going on, man?
Got the GRG podcast tomorrow night. Going to be on time. And Sir X-Man, do not dare change that camera. Do not change or anything when you get on. You keep your old ass still. Pressing buttons and shit.
Don't hit those buttons, man. Don't hit them buttons.
Don't be hitting no damn buttons. But anyway, other than that,
shade on me.
Yeah, because you, bro. Dark was there. Like, why did you? I want to switch to my Xbox. What?
Yeah.
Bro, I was about to. He was about to be.
But you got to remember, he was scared of a tornado. Just so you know.
But no, I was switching to Xbox. Just get off if you scared of the tornado, right? Like he was looking up at the sky. It was crazy. Anyway, but yeah, let's anyway check out the GRG podcast tomorrow night. We will. I'm sure that it will be some crazy conversations. We always have some, so it's going to be fun. Anyway, me and Don will be doing some streaming Saturday. Don't know what he might try to. Might try to sneak me to play Sea of Thieves, but if we ain't got a team of 4, I'm not playing Sea of Thieves. It's just the way it is. That's the rule.
So then you go and play Halo.
Yeah, we can play some Halo. We can get down on some Halo. We can get down on some more Forza. Doesn't really matter. You know.
Tell me you can play Destiny too. Yeah.
Anyway, hurry up and get done. And then Fight Night Sunday. Every Sunday night, man, we do it around 10, about between 9:30 and 10:30 Central Time. So yeah, I had the week before was absolutely an ass beating, getting my ass kicked. It was bad, but I got my revenge. I put in some Tekken, got to putting in that work, start showing them kids what was going on with these old hands. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate Yobi coming through, and then we was playing EX Layer and other stuff like that. So check out Fight Night Sunday every Sunday night. And yeah, be back here next week, man. I don't have any plans, but happy Easter to everybody. I will be getting down with that. So I might be a little bit later than normal, you know what I'm saying, because the kids coming through. But everybody have a great holiday weekend, and go camping, and don't get bit by a big ass tarantula on your beard.
There's none up here.
Don't get bit in the ass by a
Y'all
bear.
don't got tarantulas?
No, we don't have tarantulas up here.
Pets. I know some people that have pets.
Yeah, nah. They are not indigenous to the.
Actually, I have a better chance of getting bit by a black widow. To be honest.
Yeah. We got black widows, brown recluses.
We got black widows out here too. Yeah.
Timber rattlesnakes, water moccasins, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, man. When it comes to poison.
Or a little black bear, little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we got bears and shit. They're not, bears
we
aren't
got
poison.
maul your face off, bro.
No, man, I get out there and go bear hugging that bastard. Go out there and roll in the dirt and get some mud, boy. Get some mud going on, boy.
Get some bear love.
Anyway.
Get some bear.
Nah, in the summer,
Let's see,
summer here in the south, we got mega-sized mosquitoes.
Can we let guys?
You have to stand up.
Guys, can we let Pred say goodnight? Can we let Pred say goodnight though?
Yeah.
Yo, Pred, you want to say goodnight? Are you there?
No.
Pred?
I'm here.
Hey, Pred, I got to you, bro. I got to you.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay. I was like, yeah, I'm sitting there talking. No, I said good night. I'll see y'all next week. Going to drop my truck finally this weekend. Fucking open this bitch up a little bit and take it out for some trails or some shit. But other than that, see y'all next week.
He's gonna go break his truck.
My man.
Nice. And I believe we got everybody. So with that being said,
You forgot Dark.
Yeah, you didn't get me.
oh yeah, I did forget Dark. Damn, I was so close.
And
Dark.
he wasn't even a pony tonight, and you forgot about him.
Don't take it personal, man. People been crazy. People been crazy right now, and I'm just trying to keep up, man. So what you got for an outro, brother?
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Animus. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name. You guys can also find me here on YouTube with my live streams. We'll have a live stream on Saturday for Resident Evil 4 Remake at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And you can also check me out tomorrow on GRG at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, I was muted. Yeah, nice, brother. Nice. I wanted to make sure, anytime people were doing their outros, I muted myself for every single person.
We should just start doing that. Everybody mute their fucking mic when they're doing outros.
I don't think that'll
especially Sir X-Man.
I don't think that'll help.
No.
Like they can
that was Sir X-Man.
manually unmute it. So it's just
usually
it's not
Crispy. You're not too bad when it comes to outros, but like it's Sir X-Man when he just starts fucking talking.
I didn't really bother nobody except when came in. Put my name into the end of his outro.
You know K-Mega. You
proving
shouldn't
him
have
right.
to. You should know K-Mega by now. You don't have to defend yourself against him.
Okay, thanks, Dark. Thanks for explaining.
And on that note, guys, again, shout out to the chat. Thank you guys so much for the support for the show and the channel. We will see you next week on the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Sweet time.
I know. I need to get my
Hasta la vista.
soundboard back up so I can get these sounds back. We need some sweet fish.
Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit